Hi folks, Lou here, and I'm going to talk about a particular aspect of role-playing games. I made a remark once in another video, I think, that it might be a mistake to tie your RPG rule set too closely to one setting. And some people thought, well, this is perhaps not right. For example, one person said, I find this interesting as I feel that the best experience with TTRPGs comes when the rules and the setting mesh. That's poetry. And the reason I'm making this video is because of that comment. What I meant was that when the setting becomes the main thing, you lock your rules into that setting such that they won't work well with another setting. That's a narrow rather than broad approach to marketing. You can do that, but you're narrowing your possible audience. Now, it's easy to conceive of a setting for a fantasy role-playing game, for example, where the rules really need to be tailored to that setting. If your setting is good enough, and many are not really, although the people who make them up think they are, if your setting is good enough, then that makes sense. But that means you can't use another setting. On the other hand, if you detach the rules somewhat from the setting, then those rules can be used in other settings. The classic example is Dungeons and Dragons, which is not tied to any particular setting. It's sort of generic fantasy notions about fantasy games. Then that set of rules can be applied to a lot of different things. And TSR and now Wizards of the Coast doesn't mind publishing quite different settings from the default setting and some rules modifications perhaps, because they've made a game that can be generally applicable to a lot of different settings. So someone else said, the system is often integral to bringing the setting to life. D&D does not give a Tolkien experience, which it doesn't. I'd even argue that you need different rule sets to emulate the books and the movies. And they are different. Marvel Comics needs different rules than the MCU needs different rules than Netflix Marvel series. Yes, that's true. It doesn't change my initial comment that if you're making a set of rules and you tie it to one particular setting, then you limit your audience. Thanks for listening.